From tourism to timber and livestock to fisheries, Tanzania's economy, which is heavily dependent on natural resources, is threatened by climate change. Extreme weather events are already having negative impacts on livelihood and the environment. A 2011 report found that such events like droughts and floods are already costing Tanzania more than 1% of its GDP.
Hali ya mazingira imeharibika sasa hivi, ya hali ya hewa imeharibika kuliko zamani. Kwa sisi tumebaki kushangaa tu. Hizi korongo za maji zimekauka, haina maji tena. Mifugo inazidi kukonda, maana mifugo inategemea maji na majani. Sasa ikipata maji bila majani inakonda, mifugo wengine wanateketea kufa. Na sisi sana tunategemea ufugaji. Sasa baada ya hapo mifugo ilipokufa tumeteseka sana. Maana inabidi uende ulinde, Wamasai wengi wamekimbilia Dar es Salaam. Kwenda kulinda hao vijana ili waangalie hata kama watapata hata 30,000 ya kuja kununua mbuzi au kwenda kufanya. Na wengine wamebahatika kupata kazi kwenye mashirika. Na wengine wamebahatika ndugu zao wamesoma, kwa hiyo wanaletewa hela waje wanunue ng'ombe waendeleze tena. Kwa hiyo kwa kweli hali ya sasa hivi imekuwa tofauti sana na kipindi ya nyuma mbele. Kwa hiyo sasa hivi imebadilika sana.
Huku nyuma mvua zikiwa zinanyesha za kutosha, tulikuwa tunapata zao la kahawa kwa wingi. Lakini sasa hivi jua limekuwa kali kwa muda mrefu, kahawa haikuzaa ipasavyo. Tumeanguka sana kwenye zao la kahawa.
We can't ignore climate change. Instead, Tanzania needs to strengthen its capacity to adapt and through better planning, build more resilient economies and societies. And there's nowhere this is more serious than in the drylands of Tanzania, as climate change will hit these areas earlier and more severely than other regions. Tanzania drylands have not benefited as much as other regions from development investments, and this has left them with weaker institutions of governance and planning, less effective social and economic services, and greater levels of poverty than other areas of the country. Climate change will only exacerbate these challenges, causing increased poverty and inequality.
Traditional people who live in drylands of Tanzania are highly skilled. They're very, very skilled in managing climate change effects and insecurity. Over the years, they have developed very sophisticated mechanisms and have developed approaches and have developed strategies to deal with climate change insecurity. And really, although they have these skills and they have developed this over the years, it is very difficult now because things are changing. Given a lot of development that is taking place in the country and a lot of threats that are there, these people are no longer able to apply those skills, the knowledge they have, and the strategies for at this time of climate insecurity.
Kiara murana madu ni nebe meduro. Agire da bewi nikirti yengihu. Aitarta lame, aitarta labal na bishana marahadu. Ore kuldo seroi. Ngwaraje lo suyane ngwarosilale na dana lari. Tanakareti ngati. Mara mwezi wa 7 shukunyengu yanawe. Mara kindenga uyongihu weneturi anahari. Kakelari na la mahira mandana imengihu amanesuri haira na wesimiru margodera. Mana yana rahadu kwa yana pakara bisiru rene mandiri ragodera le kutosha. Nitana adu age mara idabahari. Abu yana na yewu alungani. Nimindoki arendo kinyara isere. Ikimodera nkareno rigi. Ore talame ina agwa isik. Mera ngiji ninila munijare runa alungana boge. Mera kempanga tendara kidalda adu mara kanal. ore elaari olotu meharaisere kake kidol kiata oshi rishat naisirunye nikiata nkarn naiting'oki orkisirata peeku oladalo nikiata nkarn naahayie enkakwai peelotu duo ena naji masika kiata. Ore ake peekidol ajo metii nena karn metii itu isiru tenoshi saa nikiyiolou ajo erika. Neeta sii irmaasai oshi lakerr laa ntipimie irmoruak kituak apa keeta tituhul kuna tokitin iltung'anak laa ntapipimie naleng ooyiolo alari olemeha metaa enepaaha kulo akerr tene nidimi atejo taata asieku alari naa tenedoyio obo piimutie neyiolouni ajo metii taa meemianyo.
So these days, these people don't have the space and the power to decide and to plan as they used to do. This is because within districts, they have specific district planning processes that are not necessarily compatible with theirs. And because of that, they don't have the space and the decision-making powers to make their own plans fully. They have to comply with the district plans.
But how can this be done? How can we plan better for climate change? These are the questions that TNRF with support from IIED are trying to answer. We're implementing a pilot program in the districts of Longido, Monduli and Ngorongoro to see how district and village level planning can be strengthened to promote resilient local economies and livelihoods.
This workshop that we are running today, we call it an Inception Workshop because it brings together all the stakeholders to this project, ranging from the national leaders and also people from the district, the civil society organizations, and also international organizations who are involved in this particular project. In this Inception Workshop, we will also provide a lot of space for learning. So it's really a learning event for us as well as a planning event for activities that we'll do in the future.
My feelings are this is a very exciting process as we have seen it in Kenya, and I'm sure the people of these 3 districts of the northern Tanzania here will have an exciting process that will allow for adaptability, for flexibility and variability which exists within community systems to be absorbed by government formal systems, so that planning processes that take place at community level and at government level and at even national level will adapt the inherent variability and flexibility brought about as a result brought about by climate change, so that you can be adaptable enough and change the consequences that will come out of climate change.
To me, the way I see it, the way it is designed is going to work. And working, it means it is going to create negative and positive lessons. And that will be a success story.
We actually agreed also to have learning groups organized in each district. So each district had 15 to 20, 25 people who are in the district learning groups. And these are people from the different departments of the council, representative of communities, namely the councillors, civil society organizations working in those districts, and also researchers who are in those districts, as well as people from the office of the district commissioner, together formed a particular learning group for that particular district. And the whole idea is that these learning groups have a chance to learn together, to reflect together, to examine things together, and to find ways and mechanisms to addressing climate change and security within their own district. Definitely, they were representatives of the many who live in that very district, and therefore they automatically became also the facilitators of processes within their own district. By involving full district councils, they took information down and they brought it up to us, which we brought or took it to the national level as well. So after creating those learning groups of up to 25 people from each district, we then also launched a very deep and detailed training program. So we provided trainings for each one of these learning groups within their districts. Longido, therefore, went through a whole range of training programs, Monduli and Ngorongoro as well. So we conducted those training programs to talk about climate change, effects of climate change, impact of climate change to livelihoods of people, to the economy of people, and discuss possible ways which we can adapt to ensure the livelihoods of people are quite resilient.
As a community, we cannot continue living the way we are living now. Because if we continue living the way we are living now, we are living in a very arid, very dry land. The population is increasing, both with the human beings and their livestock we are keeping. So we have got to change. Either we find ways of having setting every community setting land to say communal land, but even individual land we should also concentrate on individual farming. Otherwise, me as Tina here will end up having 1,000 cows and we don't have enough land.
So this process of doing research and interacting with people and presenting it to this kind of group of people who are of the wide range of perspectives, from community members to senior